If you're lost as a young man and you have no one to hold your hand anymore, I've realized that finding your purpose is what comes first, above everything else. Purpose is meaning, and it is something that can be linked to a career, but you have to find and you have to work towards it in order to become successful. As a young man, when you let go of the strings of high school and being guided by your parents and you're by yourself, you get alone very often in your head, and you need to figure out in your alone time by yourself, what should I be doing? What can I do? Where can I find meaning? Where can I establish myself? It could be anything. Because you can start one thing, try it out, and then put it down. But where you really learn the lessons about yourself is when you really go full force into one thing. You may not find passion in it, but taking that one thing through to the end, you find what you do have a passion for. It's at that point where you can find a career in something that you actually want to do, and that will lead to success. So when there are no constraints, no one telling you where you need to be, that's where you have to find out what you want to do with yourself. It's a hard thing to find out. It's like saying, what's the purpose of life? But just for you. It's individual to you, but the thing is, you get many goes at it. Because you can start something and fail. And try again later. You shouldn't have any fear whatsoever about that. Now, family is one of those things that is extremely valuable to helping shape who you are as a young man. And your purpose may be to do with a family. But the key to note here is, your purpose may be to do with family, but it must not come from your family. You must have to find it. Your parents have grown to find their own way of life. That leads to stability and predictability. No spontaneity. When you're old, that makes sense. That's what we might want when we're old. But see if your parents are forcing that on. Because you may not want the traditional path, the formal path that is set out for you. To get a qualification from the school education system because others thought it was good for you. You didn't even critically think about it. I mean, hell, you've had a lot of time. 18 years of your life. Some of you who are about to move into high-level education, but you're just doing it to be a part of the flow, because that's what people do. If I talk to someone and they truly find that the occupation they want to die with in their life is something that you can get formally from university or college, then good for you. That is insane. That is amazing. You have the vision for your purpose. That's bang. That's ticked off. That's good. Your purpose has come first. The constraints there are, you work towards that, then you move on to the next thing. I advise you to really have a look at yourself and envision what are the key pillars a man must build in his life. What is your vision for the path of a wise man? In the end, we hope that our future selves are much wiser than us. So what would that wise man see as the 3 key pillars of our lives? Number 1 is your purpose or your career. Something that can elevate you to higher socioeconomic status, success, and it can bleed and ripple into other things. Number 2 is family. This may be your current family or starting a new one. Raising kids, raising progeny for the next generation to live in your best image. Number 3 would be participating in a community to help others. It can be very small things, this can be very large things, depending on how well you've set up the first 2 things. That is why I've mentioned them in order, because that is the order that we should take it by. Number 1 is finding your purpose. I don't care how long it takes. When that is established, or finding itself a little bit more clear further into your life, then you can establish the family side of things. Dying alone, without a family, without people to pass on your last name, that doesn't sound like too much of a happy existence, or a life fulfilled. Doesn't really sound like that. Dying alone without the spirit of a good partner by your side, that also doesn't sound too eager by itself. And if you have a family, then you have people. If you have purpose, then you have success. And when you have these things, then you can help out a broader community. You can donate to charity, volunteer in big projects, help the disadvantaged, provide shelter, resources, food, education. I hope I helped you realize how important purpose is to find as a young man in this crazy world that we live in. And I hope that you can understand that this selfish drive can become selfless and you're able to help others in the future. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it valuable. I'm Nick Steep, and leave no more lost potential. See ya.